Hi there, my name is Brenda Titus, and welcome to the beginning of my series that I'm calling My Year of Recovery from Retinal Detachment. Now, it is true that this week will begin we'll complete the first year, and I do believe it's important to acknowledge that it is the anniversary. That's actually part of why I'm doing this now. But there is also ongoing healing. So I actually wanted to share a little bit about my inspiration for doing this video series. So a retinal detachment, actually, I'll be going more into what it means and what the recovery looks like on a future video. But one of the challenges is that the surgery to repair the initial detachment creates a cataract. And so I had, my first surgery, and then I also had to have cataract surgery later, about 9 months after the initial surgery. So right before that second surgery, I was having a hard time, scared for the next stage of my recovery process. And I found some videos of other people who had experienced retinal detachments. And I actually found a man who had gone through a retinal detachment back in January 2020. And of course, as we all know, that was right before the beginning of the pandemic. So he had done his videos, from what I can tell, partly to, process what was going on for him emotionally, kind of to have an opportunity to express himself. And honestly, I do believe he was probably doing it as a really helpful way to update his friends and family who he might not be able to see in person, so to be able to broadcast that to them. And honestly, having worked with clients throughout the last 5 years since the beginning of the pandemic myself, I definitely know that there were a lot of things that people went through, definitely challenges throughout that early stage. Uncertainty, fear, frustration, and then, of course, other things like emotional eating, social challenges. And so, having gone through both a retinal detachment without the additional strain of those early days of the pandemic, I can definitely understand where it must have been really, really hard for him. So, one of the things that really inspired me to do my own video series, though, is as he was reporting on his progress, there kind of came this moment that maybe right in the first days after his cataract surgery, which was the one that I was preparing for as I was watching his videos, and he had a pretty haunted look on his face. And I know that look after working with people through challenges, and I could tell that he was kind of thinking in his head. I could see the gears working in his head. Am I ever going to get better? And am I ever going to get my life back? And I could see him kind of, that moment of doubt wash over his face and that fear. And so, in all honesty, thankfully, I didn't have to wait an entire 6 months between when he actually recorded that video and then his next video, which is his 1 year anniversary with retinal detachment, because he did actually share then at the 1 year mark that he was doing much better. He was able to articulate his experience in a very different way. I think as he recovered from his cataract surgery, he was able to he was sharing that he was a cyclist, and so he was able to get back riding and all of that. And so, especially because then I thought, okay, there's hope. There's hope beyond that cataract surgery. There's hope that this is going to get better. And so I thought about that, and I set my intention at that point in time to share my own experience. It is true. I actually, a lot of people think, my clients say this, my friends and my family, they all say, wow, you have such a great outlook. You are so positive through this. And I have my days. I definitely have my days, and I have my moments within many days. There's days that I just go like this, and it's like, oh, when is it going to get better? And it's incrementally better. And I think that that's an important thing that I want to be able to talk about. And as I sit here, being able to have a whole year worth of being able to share that, I can share those ups and downs from a very different perspective. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I will share that I will be doing these in kind of shorter increments. Some episodes will be longer than others as I go through kind of different stages of the story. I'm not really in the greatest position to edit my videos because I admit I'm still not completely recovered, and so the visual challenges are a real thing. And so I figured that it was most important for me to be able to share. And like I said in one of my other videos about perfection, it's not going to be perfect, and that is going to be okay. And so I do thank you for joining me for this first video. On the next video, I'm going to be sharing about the early signs and symptoms, and we will proceed onward from there. So I hope that you join me as we continue with my 1 year recovering from retinal detachment. Have a great day.